Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new edition of Big Brother 23 live feed spoilers. And can we just start by looking and or sneering at producers and being like, why did you guys have this veto so freaking late last night?
Yeah, sorry everyone that we did not have a video up last night. It was getting really late. We were having some mic issues. I put that up on the community board. So thank you to everyone who has been really patient with us through this. We are still working on things. We know, we've seen the comments.
Yeah.
We are aware. We are working through it. And we really appreciate everybody's patience on it. Don't worry, we will get it.
Yeah, and this, just consider this your update spectacular or update plantacular. I just wanted to throw his name in there. But
Oh, the Jolly Roger's still there. So there's that.
Yar.
Yar.
Okay, we've got nominations, veto,
Yep.
chaos,
Yep.
more chaos.
Yes, this is going to be a really packed update, so buckle up.
Yeah, you're gonna need it. We'll start with the basics here. We'll flash back quickly to Friday night in the nominations.
Okay, yeah. So Derek X, he's the HOH. Nominations: Sarah Beth, Brittany. That's who's on the block.
Brittany. I mean, Sarah Beth being salty. This is gonna be a recurring theme throughout this video.
Yeah.
Sarah Beth super salty about the nominations. Her whole former team, the Kings, they're all pretty salty about the nominations.
Yeah, she thought that two jokers would be up. And to this, I have to say, the teams are over. And nobody's on a team anymore, Sarah Beth. And I think this is the thing where production actually made this work this time. We have seen teams on this show before, like in season 14. And once the teams were over, the teams were over. Everybody was already in other alliances and other partnerships. And yes, there is the cookout. There is a big alliance that is steamrolling the house.
Yeah.
But there's actually these teams that don't seem to be letting go of each other. It actually worked.
It's remarkable how it did, and that's fine. I like having the extra wrinkle in here as well.
Yeah.
Before the veto even happens, Derek X tried his best to sort of smooth things over with Sarah Beth. It's like, okay, we got a bigger plan. I don't know if she fully believed him, but he said that. He said that he would use the veto on her. And just for the record, even before the veto started, the whole veto situation, who was going to use it, who was going to throw it, all of that became a total dumpster fire.
Okay, so veto players. We had, of course, Derek X, Brittany, Sarah Beth. We also had Alyssa, Claire, and Kyland. And originally I was kind of like, oh man, if Kyland ends up playing, how is this really going to roll? Of course, he's going to want to take Sarah Beth off, but is he going to be able to? A lot of this was going to depend on Derek X and what he wanted to do. Because if he does want Sarah Beth to come off, then Kyland, if he had won, and we will get to that, would be able to just take her off. But if Derek X really wanted things to stay the same, Kyland's going to be kind of screwed if he had wanted to take her off the block, because then he's showing his hand.
Everything that you just said perfectly exemplifies the situation that a lot of these people found themselves in entering the veto, because you look at Kyland, who just has all of these huge moral dilemmas about what's going to happen if he wins the veto. Should he really want to win it? Claire, what's the incentive for Claire to really win it at this point?
Yeah.
And Christian is worried about Alyssa using the veto if she wins, mostly because Alyssa told Sarah Beth she would use the veto on her.
Yeah, and I would be worried if I'm Christian as well. I mean, he's won a lot. He's a really big threat, and Derek X is circling him.
Yeah, all of this makes sense for Christian to feel this way. And if I was Alyssa entering the veto after hearing Christian say all this, I would be like, you know what? Why am I going to put myself in this position? Derek, supposedly I'm going to be fine this week, so I don't even know if I want to try at this point.
Yeah.
So we know that Derek X wanted Sarah Beth to come off the block.
Yes.
Now, the last thing before we get to the veto winner here is Brittany. Brittany has her own master plan here.
Yeah, she's been trying to push for Alyssa to be a replacement over a Christian because she thinks that Alyssa is the bigger social threat, and she is not wrong. Alyssa is the bigger social threat. However, both things, they both need to go. Let's be honest. You do have a big social threat in Alyssa where she is protected. A lot of the guys like her. No one, none of the guys really want her to go. But then you have Christian who has won a whole bunch of stuff. Like, he's also got to go.
It is a really good, legitimate debate. I get where Brittany is coming from here. And even a couple weeks ago, I would have been right on board with her. But if I was in the game here, I would be looking at Christian, his just overall muscle mass, his ability in the competitions, and I would just be like, I can't beat this dude. That's fine. I don't care if he didn't get to play in the veto. Let's just get him up and get him on out of here.
Yeah, and for me, if I'm Derek X, who's the other person who's won a lot of competitions, if Christian goes, I am now the person who has won like some of the most competitions in this. That is not a good position to be in. You can deal with Christian at another time. Christian also needs you, Derek X, because you are the person who has won a whole bunch of competitions, and that helps take some of the heat off of Christian. So, is it in his best interest to get rid of Christian? Derek X can't play next week.
It is a very, all of this is so complicated. This is why this is by far the best week of the season, because there's a good case to make for both of them. But without further ado, I'm so excited to get to this. Okay, let us just say who won the veto now.
Okay, Brittany won the veto, which makes this really a lot more interesting.
Okay, there's so much that is good about this.
Yeah.
Last night, as we were all waiting like 800 hours for the veto to be over, this was the dream scenario for me, because it would just mean that inevitably we could potentially get here a combination of Christian and Sarah Beth on the block. And it's not even just this, but we did not see the aftermath of the veto because that'll be on Wednesday's episode. But judging from how people were sort of talking about Brittany's reaction to winning the veto, I think it goes a little something like this. I won, you lost. And
I know that people in the house typically have a problem when people over-celebrate their wins. I am not one of those people. I am also not in the house. I think if you've won and you want to be excited about it, that you should be as excited as you want. I don't think it should have to be, you have to hide that you're excited, especially Brittany, who has been on the block week after week after week. For her to be able to win and take herself off the block, people got to understand how excited she would be with something like that. She is finally able to take control of her own destiny in this game.
The thing that makes this even more fun to me, and this is why I cannot wait now till Wednesday's episode, there was a description that she went full Super Saiyan after she won this competition. Now, I'm not even the biggest Dragon Ball Z fan out there, but I do know one reference, so prepare yourselves for this week's edition of making a reference that maybe 5% of viewers will get. Can we say that her power level was over 9,000 after she won the veto? If you enjoyed that reference, please give us a like. And also, while you're here, subscribe to the channel. I promise we won't make that many more Dragon Ball Z references the rest of the season.
That's the only one I know, and that's just because of that.
See, I feel like I can actually guarantee that, because I don't know because one of my friends growing up was a really big Dragon Ball Z fan. There's no reason I know this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is sort of the aftermath, well, the immediate aftermath. Sarah Beth, by the way, is still incredibly salty about Brittany winning the veto.
Yeah, and for being a, over-the-top winner. And again, I think if you have won and you've been on the block over and over again, just give her a break. I understand that you're pissed off that you're still on the block, but, you should have won.
Yeah, that's all we really have to say about that. But Alyssa also, by the way, extremely salty as well. She is claiming that she had an unfair helmet, that it made her, Alyssa, you're getting very dangerously close to actually going up, taking the veto off of Brittany's neck and putting it on your side. But you don't get to win just because you think that you should have won.
Alyssa, you didn't need to win this. You're all right. It's all right that you lost. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, why do you even want to win this competition so bad, Alyssa? Just be happy you didn't even put a target on yourself at all.
Yeah.
Okay, this is something we'll get into more, I'm sure, over the days ahead, but
Yep.
this is a reward or punishment competition, which are always a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah.
Sarah Beth got $5,000.
Yeah.
Usually, this would be a good thing, but when you're staying on the block and there are people who kind of sort of want you out, I don't know if getting $5,000 is going to help your cause all that much.
No, I mean, people then can feel like, okay, she's got some money. She played the game. If she gets sent home, it'll be all right.
Yeah, you don't want to give them like any more incentive here. Derek X has something where it sounds like he's gonna be like some sort of bathroom attendant, which feels like incredibly uncomfortable.
Yep. We'll see a little bit more of that.
Like, are you guys gonna just make him stand outside the bathroom and okay, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it.
No.
We're just gonna move on forward.
You keep going forward.
Okay, here we go. Kylan, see, I don't even know if I could say Kylan's full name because I don't know if this is a word that gets us demonetized, but Donkey Club is what I'm going to call it. Think about a synonym for donkey. I don't know if this is going to be...
That starts with Jack and ends with something else.
It ends with, to quote our pirate friend from the other day, booty.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, he's got something related to that.
That's quite a way to not get demonetized.
We're creative. We had a lot of coffee this morning.
Yeah,
so
we did.
That
while testing our mic. And thank you again for everyone who has been patient with us with that.
We have slowly descended into a new level of insanity the past 12 to 24 hours, guys.
Yeah.
So that is... We'll know more about Kylan's punishment later. Okay, Claire has something that's like called like Duke of the Deck or whatever. Shouldn't this be called Duchess of the Deck if Claire has it?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know if she has to do like card tricks. I don't know if she has to dress up like a giant set of play. I want a stupid costume. That's all I'm saying.
I'm ready for a costume. It feels like a costume. And Alyssa, she's getting a phone call.
Yeah, which I want more details about this phone call too. Is it like you get to call whoever you want and ask whatever you want?
Yeah, or is Jessie calling you?
I hope it is Jessie calling her. Like, what if this would be really diabolical, but what if production told her, okay, you're gonna have a phone call with family, and then they've like gone on one of these like genealogy websites and they found out that like Mr. Pectacular is like her 8th cousin once removed. And it's like, hey Alyssa, I'm your Pectacular family, and he's just like on some Zoom call like flexing.
I'm here for that. I would watch that. You guys know that we're Jessie fans. I know not everyone is, but he's so ridiculous.
Jessie, if you want a really good Zoom background for your video call with Alyssa, you can use ours. You can have Mr. Plantacular in there.
Yep.
Named in your honor.
Yep.
Okay, well, we'll okay, that's enough of the punishment stuff for now, but as we move into the next little while, it does seem like Derek X is going to nominate Christian, but there's no guarantee that Christian actually goes this week.
No, there are enough people that want Sarah Beth out that this really could be the first week where we have sort of a back and forth with the needle on who's going to actually end up going. That is exciting.
This is going to be for everybody out there who doesn't want a big alliance to steamroll, and I get that. No, watching one alliance dominate a whole game isn't always that fun. This could be the week that actually like really puts the cookout in like big time danger, because Kylan's not going to want to get rid of Sarah Beth in the slightest.
No, and it's going to be interesting to see how much he's going to actually expose of how much he does not want her to go.
And it's also going to be like, how much does Tiffany really want to push potentially for Sarah Beth to go, because she's kind of flip-flopped a little bit. It seems like she's okay with the idea of making it happen. This is going to be a very exciting next few days. So as you said at the start, buckle up. We're going to be here with more updates moving forward.
Absolutely.
But for right now, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Let's hope for some fun feeds, and we'll see you here next time.